What's popping, guys? We are back for the Cyber Hype.
Yo.
We your hosts, Toshi, Vasilis, and Adonis. Welcome.
What's going on, everybody? How's your day going?
What's goody?
What is goody? Get it. She could get it. What's popping, man?
You already know what it is. BC in the chat.
Yes,
Get
sir.
it tight and get it right. Let me see it.
Get it right. Get it right.
Oh no, not that.
Do it. Oh.
Get it right. Get it right.
Turn this volume down, bro. What's popping though, guys? How's everybody living? Let me just copy this real quick.
Take you back to 2004. Let's go.
Oh,
2000 and more. Oh my god.
2000 whore.
Oh no.
I don't know.
I'm just putting this in the Discord, in my Discord real quick. But yeah, man, what's popping, everybody, man? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or Wednesday for me. I'm in the future.
Oh, Wednesday.
Yeah, we wedding. We're in the wedding.
Wednesness.
Neck.
Wait, what?
Neck.
Oh my god. Where's this neck? Wait, what do you say?
This neck?
Where's this neck? I don't know.
That's
Where
what
the
I'm talking
neck?
about. Where the neck at? Where the neck at? Oh, shit.
Imagine, bro, you're like, what? Huh?
Bro, that's that Batman cow neck.
Hey, yo, that's Ed. Who knows Ed?
Oh, shit.
Y'all know
that is
Ed.
You know what I need in them.
Y'all know Ed. Don't act like you don't know Ed.
Hey, man. I don't
Fuck
know
is
that
Ed?
man's. I don't know that man's.
You don't know Ed?
Nah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He said big neck Ed. What up,
Yo,
big
one
neck
last
Ed?
time before we get started, though, here today, guys, drop that BCE in the chat.
Yes.
You know what to do. Drop it. I want to see it.
it.
Let's go. Shout out to everybody that's here. Notification gang strong. So let's get into it. We got quite a show lined up today, everybody. A few updates here and there. It's a little bit of God of High School. So if you guys want to see, let's talk about God of High School. God of High School, episode 5. Make sure you stick around for that. A new segment we're going to try out today called Cyber Thoughts. That coming up soon. But also, Sony needs to make up their damn mind. Okay, because they're confusing me. We got some gaming stuff with them. Also, Disney is doing something questionable right now. Don't know really what they're trying to do right now with this whole COVID situation. No real movies have been able to come out in theaters, but they're trying to do something that might be a little controversial. But before we get into anything else, we need to talk about a few things that are just hot right now, just happening, like literally moments ago. Well, before we get into that, just astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley returned safely. If you guys remember, we talked about this previously about a month ago. They were the astronauts, the NASA astronauts sent up in the Crew Dragon SpaceX launch I think it was in July or late June. They went to the space station. It was a successful mission. They returned safely in the Gulf of Mexico on Saturday, whatever August 2nd was. But other than that, so that's great news for NASA and SpaceX, a successful mission, proving that a private company can now be basically the taxi in space for government agencies. So that's huge. SpaceX, let's talk about them real quick because they just had a massive feat just moments ago. So on Sunday, they plan to attempt an 150-meter hop with Starship serial number 5. So that's this large canister thing you're looking at right here. Unfortunately, there was a cancellation the very last moment right before launch. The automated features shut everything down, and they had to retry. They just retried today, and they had a successful launch. So what they did was a 150-meter hop up into the air, and then it translated over and landed safely on a platform. And as you can see demonstrated here, this happened just moments ago.
So crazy.
This is amazing.
So
I can't.
crazy.
It's actually something that I didn't think was going to happen this week, but then they just did it. So
it's crazy, bro, how
them.
fast this stuff is actually progressing. Like it
It's
felt
because
like
it's privatized.
Yeah, it felt like the first time that they tried to do it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you first try to do something, it takes a lot of time. You're like, oh shit.
Right.
And then he tests it. You saw a few tests that just didn't go well, whatever. And then he tests and it they get it. Like, oh, what the fuck? And then after that, it was like, let's keep repeating this. And it was just like, it became easier and easier. It's actually really crazy to see something that large doing that.
Right.
And it looks like it the crazy thing about it to me is it looks like it's doing it with no problem. Like, we don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist, so I don't know the technicality that is involved in what we're looking at.
Right.
But it's
so
many
things going on at once for it to be able to balance itself in the air like that. So
Man, I
that's
did the
a
same
massive
thing
feat.
with
Because it looks.
Pokemon.
You got to
it's
remember, this thing is made out of
Mentos.
stainless steel. It is heavy.
Right. It's like looking at a silo go up in the air.
Yes.
And then come down. It's actually kind of fucking wild to look at.
The crazy thing is, it doesn't look like it's real.
Right.
It doesn't look like it should be happening.
Facts.
When you see it, it's like, how is this? My brain can't compute.
Bro,
Yeah,
I used to
it's
play
actually really
platform
weird.
games like this.
Right.
I used to play space platform games where you take
Right.
a rocket and try to use the fuel and get to the next platform and land, bro. And that's exactly what it reminded me of. I was like, I used to play games like this.
Yo, man. I mean, speaking of games, we had talked about something last show called an analog pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely forgot when the pre-order was supposed to drop. I completely forgot because I wanted a pre-order one.
Mhm.
Well, that is not the
Too
case.
late.
Unless they respond to my emails to send me one to do a video about. They sold out within like 15 minutes.
Yikes.
Which is, we can say, oh, it was crazy, or we can say they had limited stock, or we don't really know what that actually means. But
10.
it is
Sure,
sold out
sure.
right now, which is pretty awesome for them, just optic wise, because we don't really know, again, we don't know how many units they had to sell.
Right. We don't know their capacity of manufacturing either.
They could have had 100 and like, oh, we sold out in 15 minutes. Okay, well, fantastic. Like, we don't know what that looks like, but it does optically look fantastic to be like, oh, we sold out in 15 minutes, guys. So look at us.
Some hot shit.
Imagine there was one of each color. It's in high demand.
Hey, we sold out, guys. We sold out. But yeah, it's actually crazy. So yeah, what's the name? Said COVID stop shit too. I mean, you know what's crazy too though is some of these things, tech wise, that you would assume to be, damaged by COVID, aren't. It's actually really crazy. Like, to give you an example, like the quarter earnings this past quarter for some of these tech companies for like mobile devices and stuff like that, everybody was losing money. Except for Apple. Apple made more money this quarter than it made the previous quarter, and this quarter was just
where did the
in
majority
COVID.
of those dollars come from?
Every part of their business went up compared to the previous quarter.
Well, okay, that makes sense.
Compared to the previous quarter that wasn't in COVID. This quarter that was completely in COVID, every part of their business went up. It's crazy. It's crazy. And
because
I think
it's their hardware and software. A lot of people needed to have more devices and be ready, available to do things. They're buying more things electronically, doing things on those devices. So a lot of that app sales and the revenue from there, product sales all around. I can understand
the computer stuff. I didn't expect. I didn't expect the computer stuff because, like, traditionally, especially in the States, I'll say in the States specifically, Apple computers are more expensive than their Windows counterparts, depending on what brand you go with. So I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, I wasn't expecting that. On the mobile side, though, the iPhone SE came out in COVID, and it's like it's a $400 iPhone. So I was like, that was like the best planned sales strategy ever, even though it probably wasn't planned. Nobody's planning for a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, oh shit, I need a new phone. That's $400. Done. Like, it was just really crazy how that shit happened. But my guy said Steve Jobs created COVID. Jesus. But yeah, so for this situation, it was actually really interesting to see like a tech company that's, you know, none of these are necessity products, by the way. Like nobody's like, oh fuck, I need a Game Boy. But it's just really interesting that in a economy, a world economy that's kind of in flux right now, that people don't really know where their next paycheck is coming in certain aspects. You got motherfuckers still paying, you know, $200 plus another $150 in accessories for a game that's not coming out until next May. It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it ships May 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to forget about this by October.
Yeah, I was about to say, I won't remember about this until it comes back around to May.
I literally forgot about it because the pre-order was the next day. The pre-order was, I forgot about it the next day. Like, I was like, oh, shit. So, you know, I don't know. But I do respect it. I think it's really fucking cool. Let us know if you guys actually got a Pocket. I'm not sure if anybody here got lucky enough to order one if you wanted to order one.
Right.
But, yeah, let me know if you got a Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket.
Lean Pockets.
What do you like better? Lean Pockets or Hot Pockets?
I don't like either, bro. It's a trap. That's what it is. Hot Pockets are a trap.
Yo, Hot Pockets were my shit though. When I had like no fucking money, we was fucking living at that house with Jem.
Bro, that ramen.
Hot Pockets and ramen.
Gathering change together just so we could get packets of ramen. Bro, that shit was rough.
That was rough. Yeah, that was rough.
And it was a treat to eat tocino with rice.
Bruh. Unbelievable. There was times. There were some rough times. Fuck. But yeah. Speaking of rough times, it seems like people have some kind of feelings toward Disney right now. Because they are dropping the new Mulan movie on Disney Plus for $29.99. Now, I think people are looking at it from a standpoint of like, who the fuck is paying $30 for a movie?
There's arguments to be made on several different lanes here.
Now, before I go into this whole thing, Tosh, V, how y'all feel about something like this? They have a streaming platform, but they're saying, yo, in countries where Disney Plus isn't available, it's obviously going to be released in theaters because obviously some other countries aren't fucking strapped with the pandemic anymore. So some of these theaters are open. In the States, though, that's not the case. So they're like, all right, well, if Disney Plus is in your country, it's going to be on there for $29. So how do you guys feel about something like this?
Is it permanently on there? Or is it like I just watch it once?
I believe this is going to be more of a rental structure. You can watch it like a premiere, like it would be in a theater. That's what I believe. I didn't read through all the information on this, but if that's the case, if that's the structure of it, $29.99 for a movie of this caliber, of this budget size,
to be at your home,
to be in your home. I think it's a convenience of your home. To me, it would be a convenience of being able to watch in my home. $29.99 isn't bad, considering that it would cost me a minimum of $20 if I were to go see that in a theater. Plus, I would be buying whatever snacks and stuff there.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. I was like, honestly, by the time you purchase everything,
that doesn't bother me. But then again, if I'm already paying for Disney Plus,
true,
that's where I kind of
not even Disney.
Like, there needs to be a better balance.
Like Disney Plus people can't get a discount?
Yeah, at least a discount. That's how I feel.
Okay. So I'm going to give you guys
money.
I'm going to give you guys economics about how this shit works. It's actually funny because Steve Jobs actually predicted this when he talked about Apple TV years ago before Apple TV was even a thing. And he was talking about, he was like, I do believe at a certain point that people are going to be able to buy movies at home when they drop in theaters for a bunch of money, right? Now, for some people that, I think to V's point, right? He was like, I can go to the movies right now and buy, watch it for $20. You have to consider how much money a new movie costs to make, right? Everything that's on a streaming platform has already been, it's already made its money back.
Made its money, yeah.
It's already made its money. It's just there for you to consume, and you don't have to pay for it again. You're just there to consume the content when you feel like consuming it. When a movie has a $300 million budget or whatever, advertising costs, $150 million for advertisement, they have to recoup the money. So that's the first thing. Second thing, when you go to a movie, it's usually not just you. People that are watching this movie are bringing their kids. That's 4 people that are probably going to watch one movie at $15 a ticket, depending on what place you're going to. So instead of them getting $50 for a family, they're getting $30. So I just want people to understand, like, there's more than just like, oh, well, this is one time thing. It's like, yeah, but you're not considering the fact that it's not per person. This is per household. $30 per household to have 48 hours to watch a brand new film. So I just want people to kind of grasp that it's not a per person situation. If it was $30 a person, I'm like, ugh, yikes, right? But $30 a household, like, you could have all your friends, since everybody's having these fucking parties nowadays, fucking COVID parties, morons. But having these parties of fucking 10 people at a house watching Mulan, paying $30. Like, just think about the concept of how much money they are losing.
Yeah, they're actually losing on this deal.
A lot of money doing it this way.
At this point, they're just trying to recoup because they can't prolong. They have to pay back. They have to pay their debts. They just don't have money and say, this movie costs $500 million to make, so we're just going to make it and make the money back. Poof, there's the money. They're actually borrowing from investors, and they have loans and stuff like that they get the money to budget, and then they make the film with that money. And then when it gets to theaters, they're trying to recoup that. But now that they can't recoup and the time is ticking, they're like, well, we have to pay this money back somehow. So let's go ahead and just make a new structure for this.
Yeah, I mean, usually for film studios like this, though, they're funding by their own. But even still, to your point, it's that money just doesn't, it's not just, hey, let's just spend the money. Like, they need to make their money back. So in a situation like this, it's one of those situations, though, that I understand from a consumer's perspective of not understanding how the industry works, that it's like $30 for a movie. What the fuck? But it's like, you're not going to the theater with your family. You're at home with your family. So it's not multiple people you're buying tickets for. So
I think for most people, this will be, for actually say like parents, for instance, our cousins, say they don't want to get the hassle of taking all the kids to the theater.
Facts. When
they can just spend $30 and save money and just watch it at home and then cook dinner. That would make sense for a lot of families probably. So a lot of families are going to save money if they actually want to see this.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's just the thing where it's just, again, it's people don't really understand the economics of the movies, so they don't get it. They're like, oh, what? It's like, because when I saw it, I was like, I saw it this morning because it was trending, obviously. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, guys. But again, I can't be upset if people don't understand the economics behind it. So they're just used to saying, oh, I paid $15 for a ticket, so definitely get that. We got a new sub in this thing, bro. The real DJ Popo, bro. What's poppin'? Appreciate you, bro.
Yo, thank you,
DJ Popo, the bros.
Welcome to the Cybernauts, where you get cyber. Never mind.
No.
If you're 18 and up, I can finish that, but I don't know.
He's like, I am not doing that. Unsubscribe.
And bro, imagine he's like, nah, fuck this place. I'm out.
I'm out of this bitch right now.
Bro, what if somebody unsubscribed and it like did the notification backwards? Like it played the notification.
All you see is an Uno reverse card on the screen. And then you hear the audio. Gotcha, bitch.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious, bro. But yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. Would you want to see more stuff like this? More movies being released at home, at launch. So you have the option to say, you know what? I want to stay home. I maybe not want to go to the movies. I maybe don't want to bring my kids. I just want to sit at the house, enjoy our own food.
Bro, Netflix and chill this style, bro. This is better. So you can actually do stuff.
I mean, chilling. But to be chill. But I feel like there are some things for me that I would want to see in the theater. But then there are movies that I'm like, you know what? Right. I do want to see this at home.
Right? I would rather see this. I wouldn't go to the theater to see this. I would have waited until it came to Disney Plus.
See, Straw Hat Deezy said it right there.
What up?
Straw Hat Deezy said, I'm a father of 4, so he's okay with $30.
There you go. Right?
You know what I'm saying? He said tickets alone was breaking.
And he doesn't have to get his kids ready to go do that then.
Nah,
bro.
It's like, yo,
he said, I'm okay with $30 because tickets alone would be, bro, facts. I remember when we were kids. I remember Dad was like, dude, he's like, because we were like, we should go to movies. It cost me about $100 to take y'all to the movies. And I didn't think about it.
Right.
Because you're
not
paying
aware
for
of that.
tickets, snacks. I'm like, fuck.
Gas.
It's all fun for the kids.
You know what I mean?
I got money on gas.
So I didn't think about that. He's like $100 to go to the movies. I was like, damn, I didn't even think of it like that. So I can understand as a parent like what that looks like for sure.
Mulan?
It's not. Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm actually really interested though in that movie though, to be fair. Like I'm actually interested to see how they adapt it. Because I think out of all the live action adaptations, this one actually might be something I want to see.
Yeah.
Because it's not like an animal thing. It's like, okay, like this is a human story. Cool.
Right.
Because at first I was excited about Lion King, and then I immediately got not excited about Lion King. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, I don't care.
True. I didn't even see Lion King live action.
I haven't seen it.
I saw it and I was like so hyped.
I didn't watch it.
I felt let down.
I didn't see. I didn't want to.
Because it's what I expected.
I didn't want that.
It's hard to make something that's animated animals, make them look realistic and still have that cartoon vibe and do things that cartoons can do that real animals can't. It's different. So it's
Cats goat movie. Yo,
Cats goat movie, bro. Yo, Cats was lit though.
I didn't see that either.
I didn't see that either. All I know is when I saw it, like in the Ismahawk Slack channel that we have. Yikes! That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. In the film community, that's all I'm gonna say. We were like, "What is going on here?" It was not a good time. But moving on to good times or not good times, V touched on this a little earlier, bro. What the hell is going on with PlayStation?
Sony just needs to make up their damn minds, really. So apparently, Sony released information about the PlayStation 5 and its peripherals and what's going to be, what you can use on it and what you can't. So apparently you can use the PlayStation 4 controller on your PS5. However, you can't play any of the next-gen games. So what's the fucking point, Sony?
I don't understand.
Wait, what?
Why? Just not let us use it. Just make us get the new ones anyways. I guess it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand the move.
So it's like, I just want to use my PS4 controller with my older games on my PS5 though.
But why wouldn't you just use your new controller?
That's what it makes zero.
So it makes
zero sense.
I feel like it's a very specific case where you would need to use your old controller.
Yeah.
But why? Why would you?
For an old game, maybe you need another controller for something, or maybe you broke it.
Maybe it's like a dual player situation, like a split screen scenario,
I don't know.
Or do they even? So question, because I'm not a huge gamer like that. What games are still split screen?
Dumb games that don't matter. I don't want to talk about it. Can we move on?
Damn, not that.
Hey man, I like split screen.
Nah,
split screen's dope when you're at the house, when you're with the homies.
I've never been a fan of split screen. Field of view is all I care about, and you get none on split screen.
Oh, see. I love, like I said, I used to fuck with, the homies coming over. We used to all play a game and talk shit, whip each other's asses, and some random,
Borderlands,
COD, Borderlands, anything.
Split screen Borderlands.
Yeah.
Split screen is
that shit's fun, bro.
That shit is fun as fuck,
bro. Me and my brother played that,
bro. No,
bro. That shit is fun with people, bro.
Get your own damn screen, bro. Get off my screen. Yeah, bro.
Man.
LAN parties.
Not everybody got the luxury, man.
Facts. That is facts.
You know what I'm saying? Not all the homies had an Xbox, so they'd come over and play.
Right.
I mean, that was back in the day, but it's kind of like a priority these days.
I mean
people still ain't.
Nobody has an option.
It's a priority to an adult, maybe, but to these
you don't think it's a priority to a kid to have their own system?
I'm saying, like, you know, they got friends that still don't got the money, and you know,
facts. Not everybody's in your financial scenario, so like,
you want to come over and play the split screen with me, bro?
Bro, I literally have friends here that have kids that want consoles, and they're like, like I don't know what console to get them. Like they want a PlayStation 5, but like I don't have that kind of money. Like my hairdresser, like they want she has 2 kids, and she was like, yeah, like they want a console for Christmas. I don't know what to get them, but like I don't have that kind of money. Like I don't, you know, it's like I don't know what to buy them. And I was like, oof, like, well, I know the older consoles, you might be able to grab a deal on them right now since they're going out of, you know what I'm saying? So it's just trying to find what that looks like. But I think to your point, like sometimes if you ain't got it, like, and people just want to come over and play video games with you, like split screen is pretty valuable. But my question is, if my question is right now is like, if that's the case, why the hell would you even have the ability to use the older controller anyways? Like if you can't use the older controllers for new games, if there isn't a lot of split screen games, what's the point of having multiple controllers on a console? But then even still, it's like, oh, well, this game that just came out is multiplayer on one console and I have an old controller, but I can't use that control. Like, what's the point of having it? Like, I'm confused of why they even let it be a thing.
I don't get it. Either the new controllers are going to have a different functionality that the old ones
they
don't
have their new DualSense, whatever they call it. It's new technology in their controllers, I guess. It's supposed to be a little bit better than DualShock, but they're really believing in that. I think they just really want the push to just update your stuff.
And I think that's the issue that I have, where it's like, and we talked about this last time, of like backwards compatibility with technology companies. When you have people that, you know, obviously I'm only speaking from my experience at Apple because that's where I worked, but people didn't understand how far back compatibility went with Apple products. Like they always supported older shit for like 5 years before it comes obsolete to them. So in this situation, it's like, why wouldn't you support backwards compatibility on your platform for people that have been loyal to your brand for years? Like it's just really weird. It's like you could have wrote code in it to be like, okay, when this game comes on, these things that your controller doesn't have aren't active. If you want those features, you get the new controller. Like that's API. That's all that is. That's code. You know what I'm saying? And it's real easy to be like, turn that off for that controller. It's really simple. So it's just really weird to me, where I'm like, why wouldn't you just do that? Like for your fans of your console. It's just really strange. It's really strange to me. But I don't know. Tosh, how do you feel? Because like, you obviously have tons of Xbox controllers. Do all your controllers work?
Well, recently I've broken like 3 of them bitches.
You raging out on your controller?
No. I just
Warzone's doing it to you like
Warzone. Yeah, because I noticed one of them. I think they're just old. Honestly, they're just old. I just gotta get new controllers, because the only newest one I got, that it came with the console. And besides my Elite was, I got the first gen Elite when the Elite first dropped, so I got that. But my shit, yeah, the fucking rubbers fall off, fucking the shit's all beat up. But I actually ended up just dropping it off of my knee, and then the fucking bumper broke, and I was like,
oh shit.
And I was like, oh, fuck, my bumper is broken. Now I can't use this controller. Like, now I'm fucked. Like, one bumper broke, I gotta get a new controller. Pissed. I'm like, bro, this is some fuck shit. Like, I can't get it repaired. I mean, yeah, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I gotta get new controllers. But now, most of my controllers honestly break because they just drop from short distances. That's all. And then sometimes the analog
sticks.
Like if you just don't touch them, sometimes they give you a drift.
Yeah,
So
you
they'll
get
drift
analog
one
stick
way or the
drift.
other.
Yeah.
That's
Xbox is really bad with
bro.
that.
When I was first started playing Warzone, I was playing it and I kept like looking like at my shots, and I was like, I feel like my shit is drifting to the left. I'm like, well, how am I missing my shots? I'm like, why are they pulling to the left? I'm like, oh, I'm a little left of his head, or I'm a little left. I could have killed him if I was a little more. I'm like, why the fuck? And I realized, oh shit, my controller has a little left drift. So even when I would aim, it would just slowly pull to the side, and then I would die because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like just
you have
that
to learn how
little
to counter your drift.
Just that little difference, bro. I'm like,
my man got left drift.
Crazy. So
literally playing Fortnite, I went through 3 controllers in 9 months when I was playing it daily. Just because the wear on the amount of movement you had to do in Fortnite and do shit.
Yeah.
It was like I had drift like every 2.5 months. I was like, are you serious? Another one?
Yeah.
Controllers suck.
Yeah. So same with my shit. It's kind of like, man,
another one.
So I gotta keep getting controllers and shit because of wear and tear.
So here's my other question: Would this also be the same situations for controllers designed for PS4? So like your your Scuff gaming controllers, like your other like third-party controllers.
Oh, they'll end up making them though.
Or do you think that they'll have like updates for those controllers to work on PS5?
They will. They'll eventually get it. It'll be way later, so they won't have them right away.
You think they'll have a firmware update to recognize it?
That's what I mean. They have
if it's compatible hardware, possibly.
Right.
Yeah, I think they'll eventually.
The reason what I'm saying is like the controllers they're controlled by software. So if you can connect it and update a firmware to say, okay, this signal translates to this. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me, I guess. Is like you could do this. It's just do you want to do it is the issue that I have with it. So yeah.
No, they obviously don't want to.
Right. And that's my issue. That's my issue that I have with it, because like you have things like Tesla, like they update their cars. They send updates. Hey, this new feature just came out. Enjoy. It's not like, oh, well, you bought your car like this, so sorry. You should get the new one. Like,
also, it could be possible for the average user, they probably never felt like they could keep up with that.
What do you mean?
For the average consumer, they probably don't want, because they already have to update their systems, right? Imagine if you had to tell them also plug in your controller while your system's updating so we can update that too. That's another layer of...
I feel like at the same time though, like you're on your console. So like if your console turns on and it says, hey, new software update, please connect your controller for new controller updates for new console games. Like,
well, they would have to paint it as a new normal.
But then that's a new normal. Like that's not a difficult thing to throw on the splash screen.
I'm not saying it's a difficult thing to do, but they have to put an effort to do that.
What I'm suggesting though is if your goal is to have a loyal customer base and you care about your customer base, that little amount of effort is worth it. You know what I'm saying? To be like, hey, let's just create a splash screen to say, hey guys. But they
obviously don't care. So facts, there's no point in arguing about
this. And that's the thing that's like, it's so crazy to me. I'm like, that's so weird. But if you guys are PlayStation fans, man, how do you feel about this? Like, how do you feel? Like, does this bother you? Does it not bother you? Because you're like, well, it doesn't matter anyways. I'm going to be playing the new games. I'm going to have a new controller. Or is there a controller that you have right now that works for PS4 that you're like, no, this is my custom controller. I fuck with this controller. I like how it feels in my hands. And now you're telling me I can't use it on new games? Like, how do you feel about that? Because I'm not a gamer like that, so I don't have a preference. But I know some people that buy custom controllers because they like the shit that they have. Like, and now you got to buy a whole new shit. Like, how do you feel about that?
Custom controllers like usually around 150 to 200.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I remember I never even knew that there was controllers like that until I went to E3 2 years ago and I saw like the Scuff stand and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, oh, this shit is crazy. I was like, okay, this is fire. And I was like, wow.
That's how motherfuckers be killing these cracked out.
Yo, do you use
I'd be so pissed. how y'all shooting a single burst, a single fire gun like an automatic? It should be like, brrr. I'm like, there's no way. Oh yeah, they got a scuff controller because they can just pull a like a double trigger at the same time and hit you faster. Like shit like that, bro. It's like a low key cheat, but you know, just get good. I mean, get good with the base level, maybe.
But
I fuck with those weapons,
get good with the base level.
I like to get good with the base level because if I can whip you with a regular controller and you mad,
bruh, he at it again. He's at it again. Blunt-tastic is at it again.
Yo, Blunt-tastic more subs.
Blunt-tastic is at it again.
Yo, get some BCE in the chat.
Got the motherfucking
BCE right now for Blunt-tastic, man. Gifting Deshar Young, Dasher Young in this thing. Appreciate you, bros. Blunt, you a legend in this thing, bro. Blunt's a legend. Yeah, legend. Speaking of legends, for us card nuts out there, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but there is a car that was literally the fastest car on the planet for about 10 plus years. And it was called the McLaren F1. And it was designed by a designer named Gordon Murray. And he designed this car for McLaren, who was a F1 car manufacturer, decided to want to make a road car. Now, McLaren, super popular right now. They have their 720S. It's crazy. The McLaren P1, 570S, all these crazy cars that they've come out in the past 10 years since they've been a road car company now. But Gordon Murray, who is not with McLaren, was like, I feel like you guys are doing it wrong because they have since come out with new hypercars and shit at McLaren saying like, yo, this is a successor to the McLaren F1. And he didn't feel like the cars they're producing are actually a spiritual successor to that vehicle. And for those that don't know what that is, I will bring it up for you guys really quick so you guys can see what a McLaren F1 actually is.
I actually still like the way it looks.
Oh, it's gorgeous, bro. It aged so well. Yeah, so this is a McLaren F1 3-seater supercar from 1994, 1995. That's the age of this car. It's beautiful. That makes no sense that car is that old.
That's
that ride height though is atrocious.
The ride height is atrocious, but I would still fuck with it. I mean, it still sits. It still sits though. Like the gaps in the wheels are still acceptable. Like it looks sexy as shit. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, and that was a 3-seater car. You sit right in the middle. You have 2 seats that flank you in the behind you. Does actually have the seating position. The engine bay was lined with gold because it's the best heat reflector that there is. V12 sourced from BMW, 627 brake horsepower, 241 miles per hour. It was the fastest car in the world for like 10 years until the Bugatti Veyron basically took it over. Well, it was a Koenigsegg CCR, and then the same year the Bugatti Veyron was like, haha, psych bitch. But yeah, this is the interior, right? So you sit in the middle. So Gordon Murray was like, look, man, let me show you how to really do it. So right now it's been this horsepower race. Everybody's trying to go more horsepower, 1,200 horsepower, 1,600 horsepower. He was like, nah, man, the cars are too fucking heavy.
Efficiency.
He's like, the cars are too heavy. Y'all need to make the shits lighter. So he's going back to 3 seats, sit in the middle, right? The car is 960 or 980 kilograms. So,
wow,
bro, super light. That's like Mazda Miata. It's super light. Okay, 720S is McLaren's fastest car right now. This car is scary fast. This car is 1,000 pounds lighter than a McLaren 720S. 1,000 pounds lighter. Has a V12 built by Cosworth with 12,100 RPM. And can jump from idle to its red line in 0.3 of a second. That is stupid fast. Like, whoa, like it's fucking scary how fast of a revving of an engine that is. So it weighs 160 pounds lighter than a Mazda MX-5 Miata.
That's insane.
And has 690 horsepower in a car that weighs 160 pounds lighter than a Miata. And this is them standing next to the vehicle. They just launched it today as far as what it has. There's a turbine, not a turbine, but a fan in the back. because he was like, look, he was like, all these cars had all these crazy aerodynamic wings and shit like that. We're not trying to make it have crazy downforce. We want it to have natural downforce. So he has a fan in the rear of the vehicle that essentially will turn on, and it actually allows the car to get sucked further down to the ground using the diffuser under the car. So, and it's driven by the powertrain up to a certain point, and then electric motors kick in to power the fan, so it's not pulling power from the engine.
Right, there's no draw.
This car is fucking crazy. So he's going for the pure driving experience. I think the top speed is going to be around the same as the McLaren F1. He's not trying to make the fastest car in the world, but he just wants to make a new version of what that car was.
Right.
So I'm actually really marvel. Bro, it's crazy. And you can tell there's some McLaren F1 cues. I honestly don't really care for the headlights, but besides that, I'm actually excited to see what this motherfucker does. He's a legend in the game, but V, you're obviously into vehicles. When you see something like this, what do you feel? What's going through your head right now?
Mainly, when I look at cars of this stature, I look at design, total power output, and then I want to see what its ability is on the track. And those are the things that I care most about, and like the gearing as well. But as long as it's at least rear wheel drive, I'll be happy, preferably at that type of performance, all wheel drive. But I like seeing creative pieces like this come out. Like, I always felt like the Koenigsegg was a creative auto. I never saw it as like just another supercar, hypercar.
Right.
Like, that's how I always felt like Zonda.
Right.
Like Pagani, like their cars are like art. So this to me looks like art.
Right.
This was passion. You don't just make something like that, design something like this if you're not completely in love with what you're doing.
True. Look at this shit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It looks absolutely.
And it's a manual.
So the standard gearbox, what is like 7 or standard 6?
I don't know if it's a 6 or a 7 or if it's a sequential, but it does have 3 pedals, which is awesome.
That's fire. So
at this point in time, that is not a standard thing. I feel like some supercars, I don't think any current supercar comes in a manual. I know the only supercar manufacturer that makes them still is Porsche, and it's only on certain vehicles. But yeah, it's just pretty fucking. I mean, Tosh, like, you looking at this, obviously you're not a huge car guy, but how does this look to you? We have oh my god, Blunt-tastic is at it again, bro. He's at it again.
Back at it again with the sub.
Bro, with the gifted sub, bro.
Hey, he gifted it to Stroke Game on the chat.
Stroke Game on fleek.
Stroke Game on fleek.
Where else are you gonna hear stuff like this? Blunt-tastic gifting subs to Stroke Game
on fleek.
I love it.
This is the only place on the internet where you'll find this.
That's why he's called Blunt-tastic, is he a local superhero?
Because like Toshi usually drives bigger vehicles, right? Toshi's more like, and Toshi's a bigger guy too. So let's just be very clear. He's not my size. He's neck size. So what do you feel about something like this?
Gotta take it to the next level.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I love looking. I love cars the way they're designed. I think cars are fucking beautiful, especially ones like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously when you get into them, you're like, it's a different experience when you get into something like this, a high quality vehicle. Because I've always said, you know, like, oh, the vehicles look too damn small for me to get into. You know what I'm saying? And then you get into them and you sit in that bitch and you're like, oh, this shit is kind of. It's kind of comfortable. It's feeling kind of nice.
This
is
luxurious.
Like, this is kind of, you know, my big ass. Even though it take me like I probably gotta roll out that bitch.
Hey, no cap. Everybody has to roll out.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta
the way they're made.
The way they're made, you gotta like crawl out and roll out that bitch.
But you still look dope as fuck.
But
crawling out of that shit.
The shit looks this fire though, and this shit just looks clean as fuck. Like you said, they're making design like the last design from that to this, like this shit right here, like you said, it's gonna last for a ridiculous amount of years. Like,
Right.
it just looks so far ahead of its time. That shit is fire. Like, I don't know, I fucks with it, and like I said, I personally wouldn't get one of these for like if you get one of these, it's not an everyday car. It's like
for sure. This is
right.
the weekend. The weekend, I'll take
stunt,
to a track
bro.
or whatever.
Yeah,
the stunt.
Like,
but knowing me, I would drive the fuck.
You'd drive the fuck out of it. Yeah, some people do, but some people do love to get you know, like you said, I get a Lambo. I'm gonna drive that bitch every day. But I remember when first time I drove a Lambo, I was like, I can't drive this every day. This shit's too fast.
Same, bro. Same.
This shit's too fast.
I thought when I was younger, I would want so many supercars, right? And then I started like actually going like to like tracks. Like here we have like the supercar track where you can just go and test drive and drive stuff. And I was like, that's fun. This would be great to do more often. Like just rent them. But I don't think I would want to own one at this point.
I don't think
I would rather own different vehicles. But like supercars and hypercars like this, maybe one, maybe one,
maybe one for fun.
Yeah, maybe one. But
I'm having like 10. I'm just saying, y'all know, like, but I agree with you because there's a certain cars have certain dynamics when you're driving them on the road. Certain cars are designed to be on the track, and you'll know it when you go over bumps and shit. Like, God damn, this is rough as fuck. Like, there's sometimes you just want to be in comfort. Sometimes you don't want to have, and that's why Porsche is so crazy because they give you this blend of comfort, daily drivability, and stupid speed.
Yeah.
And then you have things like Lamborghini where they're loud, obnoxious. Turn them on, wah, 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 like they're theater. Then you have things like Ferrari that they're very passionate, and then you have things like Audi where it's like, hey, we're gonna drip you. You're gonna feel like you're comfortable. You're gonna have a nice soundtrack, but it's comfortable as fuck, right? So there's different types, and you have like the luxury brands like Bugatti or you know what I'm saying, or Rolls Royce or Bentley, where you're like, oh shit, I got power, but I'm quiet in this bitch. Like it's silent in this motherfucker. Like. Different experiences for sure, but yeah, cause Toast, did you drive the Lambo and Butter had it?
Oh yeah.
How did it? So how did it feel? Cause
I mean, this shit is fire. Like you know, you obviously when you get in it, you lower that bitch,
right?
So you sit a little lower and shit, and you feel the pressure on your chest when you put the pedal to the metal. It's crazy. And then the handling, it's lit. Like, you know, there's a lag time on most cars. Normal cars got a little lag time. You start turning and the car kind of veers with you. This bitch, you pull a little bit, the car's like 90 degree. This shit is like already. So like you just gotta honestly, like I can see why like unexperienced drivers are people that you know, that buy these supercars and kind of just think that it's, you know, on the road and shit. I see why they get in accidents because they don't understand like this shit isn't like a regular car. Like it's designed for high performance.
I mean,
driving.
You saying that the McLaren F1, there is a famous actor. His name is Mr. Bean. You guys know, you've seen him. You remember Mr. Bean? He crashed 2 of McLaren F1s.
Wait, really?
Wow.
Yep. Oh my God.
2 of them.
Mr. Bean. But Mr. Bean like long money though. But
I mean that car when it first came out was like almost $1 million in '94.
But I can see though. But I mean, like I said, I can see because the way the handling is, it's so precise. Yeah. I hit corners, it was so accurate. I was like, holy shit. So I'm like, okay, so people can't handle that, you know. People just don't understand.
But the crazy thing is though, is you'll actually get used to that. Like that's the crazy part. Like I remember when I first got my car, like when you first feel that level of acceleration, you're like, ooh, geez. Like it's like it scares you. You're like, fuck, whoa, chill. What the fuck? Like time out. But then you get addicted to it and then it becomes normal. You don't feel it anymore. So you'll have somebody in the car and you'll accelerate and you'll see them go like, I'm just like, oh my bad. Like, cause I don't feel it anymore. So I'm like, oh shit, my fault. Like they're like, oh fuck. So funny, but you forget. So
so have you ever launched a P100D?
No, I've done the only Tesla I've launched is the 3 Performance. I haven't done a P100D.
Okay, holy God. holy God, pure silence. It's all you don't hear anything but road noise.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? So I have a very
Literally
unpopular opinion about Tesla. I love what they're doing, but their cars are trash.
Okay.
Their quality is ass. It's fucking terrible. But I love what they're doing. I think that they have a lot of potential. But I think their quality control is abysmal. Like, it's horrendous. But when you're paying that level of money for a vehicle and your panel gaps are extremely uneven, your quality of interior is not that good, it's like you're paying for the technology in the vehicle for sure. And even Elon Musk said like a couple of days, he said this like recently, he's like, the cars are overpriced. Like, he even said the cars are too expensive. But he just knows like we can't really make them for any less because the technology is so fucking it's not mass produced. So it's like you're fighting technology right now. But the quality of the cars they're not there, but the performance is fucking bananas. Like, the straight line performance is fucking crazy for sure. I think the fastest car I've been into accelerating wise was a Nissan GTR from like 2013, 2014. But that was like a 2.8er where I was just like, whoa! Like, it's that feeling is crazy. But yeah, that I can't imagine a P100D because that's like 2.5 seconds to 60.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how quick it was, but I've never accelerated that fast in a car ever. Yeah. All I know is like, this is insane.
Real shit though, Joseph Aoa, you're 100% correct. The Porsche Taycan is the benchmark.
Oh, that's beast. But I wouldn't expect anything less from Porsche.
Facts. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Tesla is the catalyst for manufacturers that have the manufacturing prowess to really do it. To be like, oh, so y'all, okay, we see what y'all are doing. All right, let's do it the way that it needs to be done. So I like that Tesla is like, all right, we're going to show you what needs to happen, and we just need y'all motherfuckers to follow suit.
To follow, exactly.
Yeah. So I love that they're doing that because obviously the Taycan is fucking manic. And that car is beautiful. I saw one here at the dealership because they had one just on display. It's fucking gorgeous. I was like, Jesus
However,
Christ.
I think we all should be giving a round of applause for Tesla being able to get through the financial crisis. One of the only American car companies to do that.
Bro, self-funded, by the way.
Yeah, they had no government loan. They didn't get bailed out.
None.
And they made it.
None. We made it.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking about battles right now. And yesterday, or this morning, me and Toshi talked about an awesome battle in God of High School. Episode 5. V, we didn't get a chance to talk to you about it, obviously, because you're not on the after show. I want to know your thoughts. Episode 5. What are you feeling? What are your thoughts on this episode?
My heart strings were pulled.
Okay.
I felt episode 5 was a great tie-in to bring episode 3 and 4 together.
Facts.
And just those 3 episodes, 3, 4, and 5, just as a storyline, it's a spicy meatball. Episode 4 had just had me worried for a bit because, like I said before, pacing. But 5 brought everything together. It was great. The way they were able to get you emotionally involved,
right,
in that fight was brilliant. The pacing was so fast, and I somehow cared about the issues. That's what blew me away because I shouldn't have. After last episode, I was like, I don't think I'm going to care enough about things that go on,
right,
and things that happen, but I did. So that part right there, the emotional part of the storytelling was great.
Right.
Now, the final fight, I see. I don't read anything. Are you both reading?
No, I don't read. Toshi read it, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way they animated how Jin was able to finally, from my perspective, it seemed like he was finally able to understand and perceive what was actually going on. with, I guess, him awakening what he needed to awaken. It was kind of a cool way to illustrate that, for him to finally get into that way in form to see to like get to that point. I don't really know how to explain what I'm trying to explain without spoiling anything.
Right.
But I thought it was a great the way they illustrated the fight to showcase what they wanted to showcase was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jeremy. He said, you know, they are going to mention the after credit scene. I wasn't going to say shit about it.
I wasn't either until you brought it up.
I wasn't.
What do you say, V?
Did you see Urban Sasuke?
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, V?
No, nothing. I was gonna say anything about the end. But did you guys see? Did you guys see?
You called him Urban Sasuke?
Urban Sasuke? The dude that was sitting down, you didn't see his whole face? You talking about that motherfucker?
Yeah, he had the Akatsuki jacket on.
The Akatsuki jacket on? Yo, Angel, stop. You know what he said, what's up with the after credit scene? Nothing's up with the after
Just go watch it.
You already know how I feel about it. You already know how I feel about it. I don't want to talk about that dumb shit.
We don't need to talk about it.
Fuck
but
it.
This episode was fire.
The shit was great. The shit was really fucking fire, man.
The animation, man, I'm so impressed.
Dude,
I'm enjoying it.
The watercolor vibes, and it went to the watercolor situation. I was like, that is dope. It's shit.
That was
it
so
felt like
fire,
I was
bro.
watching like a watercolor fight. Like, how is that even a thing? That's so dope. Yeah, but I agree with V. Like the emotional attachment that you didn't know you had was there, and I was like, ooh, that to me is when I can be surprised that I care, is when I think a story is good. Like I don't like feeling like I'm supposed to care about this character and then something happening to the character and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, I'm supposed to care. Like I like feeling like I didn't know I cared until this moment happened, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I like feeling like that, and I feel like for me, I know a lot of people feel some kind of way about how they're adapting it, because a lot of the stuff you find out earlier in the manhwa. I honestly don't. If I can't speak to it yet because I haven't read it. But if that's how it's told, I'm glad that they're telling it this way in the anime, because I don't want to read certain things and watch it the same. There's certain ways that stories are told visually that sometimes is a better way of getting the point across.
Right, to get the point across better. Yeah. So that's why.
But
as long as they get the point across.
Correct. And I think to Toshi's point, he was like, look, like, I don't know what they've left, what they're leaving out, or are they going to reveal things at a later time? Because we don't know how they're taking the information and where they're placing it within the first season. So, you know, we may get backstories, because the main character we still don't know anything about. We know nothing about Mori. We know nothing about him.
Excited. Oh,
so I'm excited about, okay, cool. Like, we got to figure out who the fuck he actually is. Like, so I'm excited to see what's going on with him.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
But yeah,
I have a thought on where this is going, but I don't want to speak too soon, and I don't want to possibly spoil something.
What you mean? It's your theory, though, right? Because you don't know, so it's your theory.
Yeah, it's a theory.
Well, okay. So I feel that if they tie into the name of the show, and if Jin Mori is the lead or the protagonist, that he or people that have powers in this show are like gods. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And they're having a worldly experience, and they can manifest their powers like through almost like how Bleach is, they have the afterlife, like the Soul Society. That's where like souls are, and that people like have powers, you know? So kind of like that, like they're kind of like gods to humans, and this would be like the same thing. That's what I'm thinking.
Got it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know where I think the story is going. I'm just glad that it's bigger than just the city that we're in at the moment.
Right.
So I like that.
That's nice.
It seems like it's a either nation or like a East Asia thing or a world thing where it's like, hey, we got multiple countries involved. Because like, oh, this is all that Seoul has? Boring. I was like, oh, chill. I was like, oh, shit. Let me add that. Obviously, your point, the fucking Urban Sasuke. We got him over there. But we don't know. But we don't know where they're at. We don't know. Are they in Japan? Or are they in another country somewhere? Are they somewhere in Korea? So I'm glad that they got through the prelims in 5 episodes. There's 13 episodes in this season. So I'm like, all right, what else are you doing? And me and Toshi said earlier, if you can keep this same energy through the rest of the season, I'm on board as fuck.
Keep that same energy.
So,
we're not even halfway through yet, and that was episode 5, and I was like,
that's why I love it. That's why I love it. It was a good. They did it halfway, almost like you said, halfway through. I love how they did it, so I'm excited to see like how the roller coaster ride for the rest of the season. Like, what's it gonna be like?
Right.
And I'm hoping if they do what I think they're gonna do.
You don't know what they're gonna do.
Fuck.
You don't know what they're gonna do.
But this definitely should get like, if this series doesn't get best fight choreography and an award, I'm gonna be upset.
I mean, we haven't seen any new animes yet. We still got half of a year left, so there may be some new shit that comes out that may be like, oh my god.
That's true.
Up until this point, though,
right now, this is definitely the winner.
It's on some Demon Slayer new shit. Like how they're executing it. It's like, oh, I haven't seen this before. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like they're utilizing animation differently. So I like that they're trying some different shit.
Immortal said you're crapping Tower of God. You're crapping Tower of God?
As far as fight choreography?
Fight choreography? No way.
No, not fight choreography. No.
What you talking about?
I don't know about that, Immortal. I don't know. I really like Tower of God.
I like Tower of God as well, but so far, God of High School for me is just, I'm way more invested at this point.
Fight choreography? No. As far as, and we had talked about this earlier, as far as me being invested 5 episodes in, I'm more on Tower of God for sure. Like, easy. But this episode has me like, can we get more energy like this, please? Like, I want more of that. But I like series of reveals. So, like, that's what Tower of God did so well. Obviously, me and Toshi said this earlier, though. There are different types of animes, right? This isn't a exploratory, it's not that type of an anime. Like, Tower of God is like a One Piece, Hunter x Hunter vibes. This is not like that. So I can't expect them to have like, hey, we reveal this, and now we give you 3 other questions, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it's not that kind of an anime. So it's trying to say, okay, for the anime style that it is, it's very shonen-esque. So you're like, all right, cool. Well, if it's fight-based, which it is, what shit, like, how well is it doing that? And I feel like at right now, 5 episodes in, I'm in a fight-style anime. I'm in. So I think that's actually really fucking cool. Because Tower of God's it's not a fighting anime.
No, it's not.
So it's completely different. So my man said Fire Force Season 2 Anime of the Year. Nah.
Fire Force Season 2?
Some good fight choreography, though, for sure. But
it does, but you think, so far, you think as many episodes as both of them have, Fire Force has better fight choreography than God of High School?
Hell no.
No. Hell nah. I think it might be between. I mean, I think anime of the year so far. I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait until God of High School is done. I don't want to be premature because it could get unbelievably sauce.
I don't want it to get unbelievably bad.
Anime of the year, you're gonna have
exactly. Right now, it's Tower of God for me, but we still have half a year left. So
ReZero, Tower of God, Fire Force.
And we still got AOT later this year.
Oh my God, Anime of the year is gonna be a tough one.
Anime of the year is gonna be hard this year for sure.
It's gonna
be hard for sure. Speaking of animes, bro, Tosh, what we got next on this, man? What's going on? We got 2 anime battles from CBR.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with this, bro?
You already know, man. It's kind of a more simplified one, but still complex at the same time, because now they're just talking about 2 universes. They're talking about One Punch Man versus My Hero Academia. Which is the better superhero anime? And now listen to that question. Which is the best superhero anime? This is what we're talking about specifically.
Right.
What's the best superhero anime? So, obviously CBR, I don't know I don't even know if they say a winner. I think they kind of just put this question out there and kind of gave you strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
I can't really tell if they said a winner. I didn't.
Let me just go to the bottom and see.
Go into too much details.
Obviously, strengths and weaknesses. Which is a better anime?
Okay.
One Punch Man is entertaining, unique play on the typical shonen protagonist, but its lackluster second season left a lot for fans to be desired. Not only that, but even though it does have its own unique cast of characters, it's not quite as diverse and engaging as My Hero Academia, especially as far as villains go. My Hero Academia has also had much more consistent run so far, despite a few hiccups here and there. It's because of this, My Hero Academia is a superior series of the 2. That being said, both are much-watched anime and welcome additions to the genre. Based off of that synopsis, I would agree, actually.
Actually, yeah, I was about to say, that sounds nice.
I actually
sounds nice.
Agree with that.
What y'all feeling in the chat? Who's winning? One Punch or My Hero?
V, have you seen both of these, V? Have you seen My Hero Academia? And
yeah.
What do you feel? Do you feel you fuck with One Punch more than My Hero, or do you feel like My Hero is a better anime?
I think My Hero, for me, My Hero is a better anime. One Punch I just like because it's to me it's just fun. But
superhero anime,
right?
That's the detail. Not which one's the better anime. We you know what I'm saying? Which one's the best superhero anime?
Right.
Because they both have to do with heroes. Right. Now you got a Heroes Association, and then you got actually, what the fuck? What is
UA, the school, and
UA?
Kind of similar situation, though, like
superhero.
I just feel like we get a better understanding of what that universe is like with My Hero.
Okay.
And less of that with One Punch.
Yes.
With One Punch, you're just kind of like following Saitama around.
Correct.
And he happens to be a hero now, and he's not really that involved with that. So you don't get to see too much of how that structure works in their world.
True.
He interacts with other heroes occasionally, but it's just
got it.
It's not really about that. We never really go in depth on those things. They're grazed over.
Facts. That's true. They don't go into depth.
Like in My Hero, there's structure to their entire world.
Yeah.
On how the hero stuff works.
Way more structure. And I'm still waiting for One Punch to get some more structure with that as well. Because this right now is just kind of like super strong villain. Got to defeat him. Next super strong villain. Got to defeat him. Next super strong wave of villain. Got to defeat him. So far, like you were saying, like they don't go into depth of like the world of itself. I read it as well, so they go a little more in depth of like the Heroes Association they got there and shit like that. But the actual world around like One Punch isn't developed too much. Like you said, it's still based around just like the heroes themselves. And My Hero does the development of the entire world way better. You know what I'm saying? Way better. They involve their citizens in episodes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see how the community reacts to heroes and stuff like that, where in One Punch you really can't really tell how people think. You know what I'm saying? What people think of these superheroes. Like y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got sectioned off cities, you know what I'm saying? Lettered off and motherfuckers come fight at this city. You get saved by the hero. But what the people feeling like right now? Like how's it affecting the world? Like their lives and stuff. So it's interesting. But yeah, superhero wise, yeah, My Hero would probably be the better superhero anime. Which anime has the better superpowers? That's a tough one.
Who has better superpowers?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like superpowers. I feel My Hero still has better superpowers than One Punch.
Ooh. Well, there's so many different characters that they actually showcase.
Yeah, like the people here, it's like only people that I know. Like you have fucking my nigga rides a bike. Like what? No, you got a robot. But that's the character that they focus on. He's a main character in the show. But you got fucking Genos. He's a cyborg that shoots fire, right? Or rockets or whatever. Propulsion.
Enhanced cyborg vibe.
Yeah, you got your fucking siren situation. Cool. You got a martial artist with his Wolf Fang fist. You got a black guy. I don't know what he does.
Darkshine is strong as shit.
So
Darkshine's one of the stronger ones.
So he's like strong?
Characters. Yeah.
Okay, so he's strong. Then we have a samurai and his underling. We got a tank top tiger.
Tank top master.
We have Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. We got him. He's fast. Like it's like basic shit. Like, oh, we have a guy with a sword. We have a guy that shoots. Like, we have a strong guy. We have a guy that has no powers, but everybody thinks they're scared of him. Like,
but I say, that's the thing. Yeah, they haven't gone to the depth of these powers yet. So you can't really, based on the anime, you haven't really seen the depth of the superheroes' powers yet. So
for sure,
yeah. If you read it, like it's the powers are more complex.
Right.
When you read it.
I'm just well,
but yeah.
What I'm suggesting though is the variation of powers. Like, there's more unique powers in My Hero. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
you have a kid that he has tape that comes out of his elbows.
Yeah.
What about
You're right, though. You're right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You have this mega that turns he has like a hardening power. This chick that literally can just take parts of her body and create things. You have
for sure.
A literal frog girl.
A literal frog girl. Like this motherfucker that has a sticky ball things. I'm like, bro, what? Like there's just different things that I haven't seen. Midoriya has ice and fire, which I don't think I've ever seen someone that has both ice and fire in a body, other than like Avatar. But like,
right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just think that's a unique situation. The All for One, we've never seen anything really like that before. Bakugo's kind of like Genos, but he's human. You got my man that has rocket legs, like he has engines in his legs, like
yeah.
like like there's just some crazy. My man,
imagine those relationships. Like what are those like?
What was his name? Night Eye or something like that. The motherfucker could see somebody's future if he touches them. Like, There's so many unique powers in it that I was like, oh, this is fucking really crazy. I just feel like One Punch is like it's a parody. It's like taking things from things we've already seen.
Okay.
So like even the villains are like parodies of villains we've seen in other anime. So I don't know. It's just interesting to me, but I like it. I like One Punch Man a lot. To V's point, like it's fun. It doesn't seem like it's taking itself too serious. It's one of those like animes where stuff happens, but you're not like, oh fuck, like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. You're not worried about the stakes too much.
You're not worried about none of the stakes.
Yeah.
There's no stakes involved. Nobody's like, oh fuck, something bad's gonna happen to this character. Oh no. Like, I don't care about anybody in One Punch Man.
True.
I don't care about them.
Yeah.
If something happens to Genos, I'm like, oh fuck, Genos. Like, all right.
But that's true though. They don't give you nothing to connect with any of these characters. It's like, I get it. I got your backstory of how you became a hero, but like what else?
There's no
what
attachment.
Else can I connect you? Yeah. How else can I attach to you? Yeah.
And I think that's why season 2, like I think people wanted more than just the villain of the week. Like it's like cool, like this is cool, but like bro, like I want more than just the fights. Like The first season was so crazy because the animation was crazy. It was so ridiculous, but you gotta evolve, I think, past that.
Yep. So in conclusion here, are we all siding with My Hero being the better hero?
I think so.
Superhero genre?
I think so.
Okay.
So.
Well, there you have it, guys. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know. But before we wrap up today, I do want to head over to this brand new segment that we're going to be adding to the show today, which is called Cyber Thoughts.
Oh, no. Bro, not the Cyber Thoughts.
Chat, I need you to bring it in here. Bring it in, chat, real close.
Bring it in.
Bring it in.
I got a question for you. I got a question. I got a real good question. So I was scouring the internet, and I found a nice little Reddit here where people were asking some interesting thoughts they had.
Right.
So Pixel Cookie 713 asks, if people with bad eyesight don't have their glasses on while they sleep, are their dreams blurry? Are their dreams blurry? Chat, I need to know. Anybody that wears glasses in the chat, I have a question.
First of all, who the fuck thinks of that? Who was like, yo, I mean, you can't see without your glasses when you go to sleep and you dream? Can you
like,
see?
do you see the world clearly, or
okay, question. Okay, so Adonis, because you wear contacts now, right?
Yep, and glasses.
Okay, so
ooh,
have you ever had an instance in a dream where you lost your glasses or your glasses fell off and you had blurry vision?
No, who the fuck does it? Nobody thinks of themselves as like different.
That's not true, because if you go, I should have linked the subreddit, but if you find a subreddit, like, bro, there's people that have stated that they have had those instances where they lost their glasses in their dream and their dream was blurry, bro.
But what I'm saying is that's a situation in a dream. The question is, if you dream, can you not see because you don't have glasses on? Correct.
Yeah,
so
like if you don't have glasses on your dream, like if you don't wear your glasses,
if your eyesight is that terrible, and in your dream your glasses get knocked off, I would imagine your reaction in your dream would be the same in real life. It's like, oh fuck, I can't see. But like, you wouldn't wake in your dream, like you wouldn't pop in your dream like, nigga, where are my glasses at? Like you wouldn't.
You could. You don't know that. I bet somebody has. We just have to find something. We have to, because you know what it looks. You know what the world looks like without your glasses. So you have that memory that you could project in your dream.
Is that a nightmare for people? Like people who have really bad eyesight? Is that like a nightmare? They have.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I had a dream and everything was blurry. Oh my god!
I couldn't find my glasses. It was nowhere to be found.
It was a nightmare.
That shit crazy.
Oh my god!
I don't believe it for a second. I think they lying. I don't believe nothing that happens on Reddit as fact at all.
That's funny as shit.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ!
Second up here, guys. Chat. Come close. So Nigel with cheese says,
"Oh no."
Left-handers are better right-handers than right-handers are left-handers. And I gotta say, this is probably true.
You know what? I would imagine so, because almost everything is made for right-handed people.
Exactly. We're forced to do everything right when we want to do everything left.
That is facts. That is true.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Even though I'm majority ambidextrous myself.
Right.
The only thing that I can't really do well is write with my left hand. I can do it, but it's not pretty. But I can do everything else with my left.
I do a lot of shit with my left also, I realize, but I don't write or throw, you know what I'm saying, or stuff like that with my left. Right. But like, I'll grab. Like I use my left hand to drink.
Yo, I do that so much, bro.
I don't use my right hand to grab cups. It's so weird. I open
stuff up, I usually use my left hand. I grab stuff with my left.
It's so weird how I do certain things with my left, and then
I'll choke a motherfucker with my left. I'm like,
you know what I'm saying? I choke something else with my left.
I write with my left. I throw with my right. I bowl with my left, and I slap motherfuckers with my right.
Okay.
But I punch with my left.
If you're ambidextrous, you can slap somebody with the back and then the front of the right, and then you come back and then slap.
A quad slap, bro?
Quad slap.
Yeah,
but you gotta have some good wrist action with it too.
Definitely.
Hey, man.
Gotta be able to flick of the wrist. But yeah, that makes sense though, because like you said, it's a right-handed world for sure.
Hey,
so
pays to be born left. So you just go right.
I'm so confused. Yo, who's left? Who's lefties? Who's lefties?
Lefties in the chat. What's up?
Show some
Turn
love.
up. Lefties in the chat.
Lefties in the chat. We all out with it.
You know what they say when you're left-handed.
You never left stranded.
Yep.
You never left stranded.
No, but anybody, left-handed people, anybody that writes with their left hand, you guys already know. You already know.
Yeah. Yep. You got that.
You already know.
Hand.
Okay.
You ever eat next to a left-handed, like a right-handed person, left-handed person eat next to each other? And
growing up, me and my brother would always have to make sure on the right side of the booth.
Yeah, we always had to make sure on the right side of the booth.
Because I'll throw a fit if my elbow touches somebody while I'm eating, bro. I'm like a dog with that. I need space. If you touch me while I'm eating, we're fighting. Yeah. Don't touch my food. Don't look at me.
This is my bubble right here. Elbow room.
He's a weirdo for sure. That shit is crazy. See, we on the right side, people.
They on the leftovers.
Okay. 10 die with it. Ooh, okay. We're gonna have a right versus left battles. Righties versus lefties.
Bars. Oh my god.
I see.
But yeah, guys, let us know if you want us to add more of these cyber thoughts to it, like to more of our shows. We'll do that. If you guys want to drop any of your cyber thoughts, you already know you can do that either on the Discord or in the suggestion box below. I'll scour both places. I might create its own section on the Discord if you guys want me to do that, if enough of you guys have them. But for now, you can leave it in the Ross. Yes, really that's true. Though. But if we were to fight, you were just way faster than me. I was a chubby kid. I didn't have speed.
I mean, what are you talking about? You had leg strength after you did DDR. You got your level up. You got your leg speed.
Shit.
This nigga had his DDR swag. His legs got fucking fast.
Oh shit. DDR.
That's why you got
them DDR legs is quick though. Yeah, I'm about to say them DDR legs is different. I can't. That shit is on some next level shit.
Bro, he didn't have no support bar. He had the mat, so he couldn't fucking support himself while he's doing it. This motherfucker was come in the room. This motherfucker sweating a storm. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker got the T25 sweat. Oh nigga, where's Sean T?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he was pro. But yeah, like V said, man, let us know. Drop that info in. Drop info in the Jesty box.
Drop it
in the Jesty. And guys, make sure you guys follow us over on YouTube, man, so you guys don't miss the clips. I got to start sharing them more on my community tab just in case you guys don't get notified by YouTube because it's such a great notification platform. So for episodes and stuff like that, I'll start putting on my community tab on Absolutely Geek. That way you guys don't miss it. But yeah, other than that, man, I think it's time to wrap this thing.
Wrap it up.
You already know what time it is, man.
Yay.
And I am going. Oh, okay. And you know what time it is. We up out this thing. Appreciate everybody for coming through to our 28th episode of the CyberHype. And you already know anime tournament coming.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yes.
So be ready.
Yeah, I mean it's really soon too.
Like really soon.
It's like, the
11th. Like next week.
It's the 11th.
Next week. Like it's the next week.
Episode 31, August 11th.
So if you're ready,
first episode of the next anime tournament.
If you're ready for another anime tournament, you already know, drop them BCEs.
Yeah.
And you already know every day is a great motherfucking day. When you're talking geek shit, we about this thing.
We out this thing.